Hi, I'm Harish Agastya, Operations Director at Natak, and the Director of Rabbit Hole. This is Natak's 49th production, and one that we are performing in between two plays in our 20th season. It is a play about five characters, all connected to a tragedy that happens at some point in the past, and their attempts to cope with and heal from that loss. Rabbit Hole is written by David Lindsay Aber, and it's a Pulitzer Prize winning script. It is one of the best scripts that I have seen in a play of this genre. As we built our 20th season, we sandwiched Rabbit Hole between a Shakespearean play, Taming of the Shrew, performed in Bundelkhandi, and a grand musical called Vrindavan. We felt that this play would give us a real mixed, awesome, action packed season.
Hi, my name is Pratima Vadiraja, and I've been with Natak for about 3 years. My last play was Punishment a few years ago. I play in Rabbit Hole the character of Ishika, or Ishu, who is supposed to be a 30-something, very vibrant, colorful, happy-go-lucky girl who likes to party and have a good time. She sort of brings life to this family and to the play. She has an older sister who's Deepika, and a mom and brother-in-law who are other characters in the play. And as a family, they're very close and they're very together, but she is a separate personality all by herself. It was a lot of fun preparing to play Ishika, mainly because of the kind of language she uses, the kind of trouble she gets in, the kind of situation she finds herself in her life. And for me, I had to step away from a little bit from the emotional, intense scenes so I could maintain the character of the happy-go-lucky person and not be overwhelmed or consumed by everything else that was going on in this play. So it was a lot of fun for me to play the character of Ishika. I think my favorites are the scrapes that she gets in, where she gets fired from jobs, gets into bar fights. So that's what I'm going to definitely remember about this character and this role that I've played. The character, I want to say, is not completely me in real life, but as far as liking her drink, yes, that's close. As far as cussing and using foul language, that's close. But I haven't yet gotten into a bar fight or some of the other scrapes that she's gotten into, like having boyfriends and casual relationships.
Hi, my name is Kamala Subramaniam, and I'm playing the role of Deepika Sharma in Rabbit Hole. So, Deepika is the protagonist of the play. She is a mom who has lost her child about 10 months ago, and with the help of her family, her husband, her mother, and her sister, she is trying to come to terms with this loss. Her methods of grieving and coping are slightly different from what's prescribed or what's been tested. Psychiatrists, support sessions, counseling groups, none of these really help her. And she's often the target of her family members because she's not going out and getting help. But her comfort, her solace, lies in different things. For example, it lies in science and not in God. It lies with a mystery child, but not with a support group. So Deepika is basically a character that's standing still, and she can't understand why the whole world is whizzing past her because she's built this fortress around her, thinking that's going to help her, deal with this grief. It's not easy trying to prepare for Deepika, and there are different challenges. The first challenge is basically Deepika is a lead, so she's there in 8 out of 8 scenes, and that's a challenge for me because I've never done a role that big before. The second challenge is that Deepika, her personality is very different from what I am in real life. She's very mellowed down, extremely sarcastic, very ironic, and I'm a bit different, I'd like to think. And the third thing is basically the elephant in the room is how do you prepare for a role where the character has lost a child and you have children of the same age. It wasn't easy. It was very hard. The first few rehearsals were a mess. I was crying at every line. It was starting to become a very dark play when we had strict instructions from the author that it has to be entertaining, witty, and heartwarming, not heartbreaking. I did think about a lot of my friends who've lost kids in many ways. One to an accident, one to brain cancer, one was born stillborn, and I thought about them and I thought that they're still living and they're coming to terms with it in their own way. Things can never be the same, but it's okay. I mean, I don't see them crying, at every time I meet them, so I shouldn't be. So once I started living the character rather than empathizing with the character, it became easier to play Deepika, and that's when Deepika really came to life.
Hi, my name is Grayson Richmond, and I am playing the role of Jason Willett in Rabbit Hole. And Jason is a 17-year-old boy who is really caught up in kind of the exact middle of the conflict of the play, really. He's as much as a victim as any of the other characters in the play, and he feels a lot of guilt and responsibility, unfortunately, for what occurred before the action of the play. And during the play, he kind of seeks redemption for his actions and really trying to figure out how he can himself move on and go on with his own life, his own young life. Preparing for this role was interesting. The dialogue in the play is just very, it just feels so real and natural. And in performance, I really wanted to try to keep that naturalism and that realistic quality, and really trying to do it as honestly as I could. Trying not to make it fake. Trying to keep that sensitive aspect of the dialogue. So just trying not to be overly theatrical with it. David Lindsay Abaire puts a great note in the play, about not trying to be overly emotional, just trying to be real with it. And I tried to really take that to heart and just tried to let the theatricality go and just kind of let the honesty in and really leave room for that. But it's really been a blessing to have this. It's just been great working on these incredible scenes with these incredible people. It's really been great. Probably just the great times in rehearsals, getting to know these other actors. I've just had such a ball working with everyone, on stage and off stage. It's just been really a blessing to have such great actors as well as just kind people to be around. It's really been awesome. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Geeta Rai, and I'm playing Nandini Kumar in the play Rabbit Hole. I'm the quintessential matriarch of the family. I have two daughters who are pretty much as different as chalk and cheese. But I'm the very opinionated, dominating, independent mother that is helping my older daughter deal with her grief in the play in my own way. I really want her to address the elephant in the room, which is her grief, and overcome it or live with it as normally as she can. The most challenging part about doing this play was I'm playing someone who is almost 20 years older than me. And so to be able to get into that character, one thing that really has helped me is the get-up of the play, the fabulous work that the makeup team has done in getting me older and making me feel my character. That's been a pretty amazing ride. I've loved working with all my co-actors who are extremely talented and who've helped me with the improvisation. We've done bonding exercises, and I really feel like I'm part of this family with 2 grown daughters and a son-in-law. You know, the thing that will be most amazing for me is this has been my first very tragic play in some sense. So dealing with a very poignant topic would be one thing that'll be a first for me. The first for me would also be working for Natak. This is my first Natak play, and that's something that I will always remember. And of course, these wonderful people. You know, life is a journey, and every part of your journey is memorable, and this will certainly be memorable because of the people that I've worked with.
Hi, I'm Snigdha Jain. I'm the production designer for Natak. My job is to make each play look good. That includes stage design, which is the biggest part of it. I do the design for the entire stage, and I work with the sets director who builds the stage. I also work with the props master, the costume designer, the makeup designer, and make sure everything comes together as a cohesive whole per the vision for the play. I work with the director to figure out what the concept for the design should be based on what the theme of the play is. An example for this is Rabbit Hole, which is the play that we are doing right now. The theme of Rabbit Hole is sad. It's about a couple who have recently lost their child in an accident. So what we wanted to do, the brief I was given was this was supposed to be the house of the bereaved couple, the living room, the kitchen, the child's bedroom. And in order to add some interest in the stage design, my idea was to have the entire stage in white. So every single thing you will see on stage, including the furniture, the kitchen, the cutlery, the utensils, all the food boxes, everything inside the fridge, everything has been painted white. And basically what I'm trying to depict here is their lives have actually been drained of all color. With the loss of their child, there's no color, there's no joy in their lives anymore. We do have some pops of color, which are mostly the things that belonged to the child. So we have some pops of color in the child's bedroom, some children's drawings, and the costumes follow a similar theme. So the couple who have lost the child, they're mostly in whites and grays. The other actors have regular clothes in regular colors.